I'm 33 and here are 9 exercises I do to feel like I'm 23. And the first exercise that I really think every human should do is the ATG split squat. This is the one that I learned from Ben Patrick, knees over toes guy. And this exercise is like a lunge, but you really push your knees beyond your toes. You're trying to get that butt to heel connection while keeping the back knee off the ground. And what this does is, first of all, it creates a great hip flexor stretch. It stretches and extends the hip, which is one of the places in the human body that is most compromised by the modern lifestyle. You're sitting all the time, crouched over all the time. So when you open these hips, you'll immediately feel better. This is related to your posture, your lower back health, your knee health, mind you. A lot of people that have knee pain, they will find that it originated from a lack of mobility and strength in their hips. And this brings up an interesting point, that if you have pain in a certain area, look to the joint that is above or below that. You have pain in your knees, look at your hip. You have pain in your shoulders, maybe look at your neck. The human body is connected, and the ATG split squat does a great job of, first of all, opening up the hip flexor and also giving you a lot of ankle mobility in the Achilles tendon. And also it trains you with knees beyond your toes, which is what you find in a lot of sports. Jiu-jitsu, soccer, basketball, knees over toes. This is what's gonna prepare you for all these things in life. Even when you walk down the stairs, your knees are over your toes. So if you train these movements and later on with load, with weights, then you're really preventing yourself from injury, improving your posture, improving your knee health, your ankle mobility, and your hip health as well. And it's going to build you some muscle. Next, obviously one of the most common injuries that people face is the lower back pain. And I had this. It was one of the worst things I experienced. There's a saying, you wouldn't wish sciatica on your worst enemy. And I had the kind of pain that was radiating down my right leg and then my left leg. It was like hell. And one of the things that really helped me get out of this is the back extensions. You can do this with the back extensions machine or the reverse hyper extensions machine, or just do reverse hyper extensions if you don't have the back extension machine. And what this do is, again, you're extending your back so that the pump, the blood goes into that lower back and really just builds muscle there and gives it support so that your discs are well protected by the muscles and they're not touching the nerves and sending this radiating pain down your back. As you get good at this, again, you can make this weighted, and this is also a great hamstring and glutes exercise. You're seeing a theme here. These things make you healthier, pain-free, but also build you muscle in the right places. Next, the Jefferson curl. You see, when you first have back pain, you start to get afraid of flexing your back, rounding your back down like this. But if you look at the human body, the spine is supposed to be very fluid and flexible in both directions. It's supposed to be able to bend like this and extend. So if we have the extension, you also want to be able to round and bend your back in a very fluid way. And that's exactly what the Jefferson curl will allow you to do in a controlled and safe way. So you're basically bending your lower back and your upper back almost like a fishing rod, rolling it up and down, and it's going to decompress that lower back. It's going to give you confidence in that rounded back posture. And those two things that I often do as a superset, Jefferson curls and back extensions, this is exactly what's going to keep your back healthy. If you wanted a routine that actually just makes your body super functional and healthy, designed to build you strength at the same time in these positions, then you can go and join my free community where you can find the functional routine as well. The next is what I call the Y face pull. This is a face pull where you're not pulling inwards with internally rotated shoulders, but you're actually externally rotating. You're opening up your shoulder and rolling it back like this, almost like forming a trident with your head. This is a trident face pull, but you actually want to extend even further up and hold this position. And you see this in a lot of Olympic lifts where they kind of going up here. You see a lot of injury rehab programs that have resistance bands between these wrists and trying to hold this open, which engages all of those muscles in the upper back, the rhomboids, the scapulars, the traps, and the stabilizers, the external rotators. So when you do an external rotation for the first part of the face pull and you extend and you're trying to hold this position, you're training all of those muscles in the upper back and neck area, which is going to help you stay healthy and pain-free in the shoulder joint. And it's going to open up your posture, which is going to make you look better in terms of creating that V taper and also just increasing your presence. The next is the neck and the reverse neck curls. These are two neck exercises. Again, your neck is your upper spine. When you have neck pain, it can go down your rear delts, your arms, your triceps into fingers. If it goes down these last 2 fingers, it usually originates from the lower part of the neck. If it radiates down to these 2 fingers, it's from a higher part of the neck. And I know this because I got a neck injury from jiu-jitsu, and that's what prompted me to really train my neck, because it is like your lower back except it's your upper back. So you train it the same way. Give it mobility, give it blood flow, and neck curls and reverse neck curls will give you that. There's nothing worse aesthetically than having the skinniest neck of all time. So training your neck will give you the aesthetic benefit and make you more masculine and round out that physique as well. Next, hip sit backs. This is almost like a seated good morning, except you have your legs in the straight split position. As you get better and better at this, you could even add weight to it or lower your seat, but the hip sit back is really great because it creates that hip hinge and the hip extension at the top. It works your lower back, it works your glutes, and it really works the adductors, making you more flexible. If you do this, you will just feel better instantly, and it's another one of those hip movements that is very, very healthy for your posture. Next, kettlebell swings. This is one of those dynamic movements that you don't see a lot in the gym, but people that do this consistently have sworn by this as one of the best exercises that made them incredibly strong and feel healthy. A lot of people say a lot of their pains just went away just doing this single exercise. It's almost a full body exercise. You're thrusting with your hips, with your glutes. With that, you're hinging at your hips, and you're really just using all of those stabilizers in your body to keep that momentum under control. And it has that explosive component. So obviously, if you're a beginner, start with a lower weight and build up slowly. But if you get really strong at the kettlebell swings, building up to 20 kg, 30 kg, 40 kg kettlebell swings, then my God, you will have some serious power and explosiveness, which is what's missing in a lot of the training that we do in the gym. It's all very bodybuilding based. So adding a little bit of that explosiveness with kettlebell swings makes you feel so much more powerful and youthful. Next, the same thing can be said of sprint training. I absolutely love sprint training that I recently incorporated to my routine. Every time I do it, I just feel like I'm 23 because it's an explosive athletic movement that just uses your entire body. There's almost no other movement that incorporates all of the muscles in your body in that same explosive manner. Sprinting also increases your testosterone, your growth hormone, so why wouldn't you do it? If you want to start sprint training, then I suggest you do it once a week to start and use what I call the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. That's easy to remember. That's how I do my sprint training. You do a light jog, you do a little bit of stretching, then you do a 50% intensity, 60%, 70%, 80%, then you do 3 working sets of 90%, and then you're done. Do a little warm down and you're done with sprint training. You're gonna feel so much more athletic, so much healthier, and just by the fact that you've exerted yourself in that way, you're gonna feel like 10 years earlier. Next is, of course, the pull-ups, the most ancient exercise in my opinion known to man. Hanging from trees, pulling ourselves up. Again, it works the posterior chain. It's gonna build you a crazy back. When you get good at it, you can even add weight to it, but this is the exercise, if done properly with open posture, it's gonna really open up this front part of your chest, give you that V taper shape, build your lats, build your biceps, build you an aesthetic, functional, healthy body. And hanging decompresses your spine. So all those things combined, pull-ups is probably one of the best exercises you can do to feel healthier, become more aesthetic, and generally feel younger, because you're pulling yourself up with nothing but your own strength. And there you have it. Those are the 9 exercises that make me feel 10 years younger. Now, if you want all of these exercises organized into an effective 3-day training system that's gonna make you healthier, more functional, just feel better and actually look better at the same time, that's what I put in my functional body blueprint. It's a 3-day training system, super easy, super simple to follow. If you want that, I'll leave a link for that below as well. With that said, have a great week. Bye-bye.